I think what's almost always true though is that generally you want to validate that the thing that you're solving for is real before you write a single line of code. I think that's a good approach to take, right? Now, it actually does depend though on the thing, right? So, YC says that because sometimes you may have more of a, say it's a productivity app, or say it's a product that's a little bit more intended as a PLG product. It's very hard to validate usage, right? And validate that without having a product in front of folks, if that makes sense, right? So I'd say generally speaking, I'm not saying that the advice is not good advice, but I'd say, especially if you're selling to businesses, you're almost always better off validating that the pain points that you're solving for are real and that these customers actually care about solving for those pain points before building the thing. And generally speaking, in a B2B motion, you can even land customers, and this is why they call them design partners, before actually even writing a single line of code, right? I think and I'll maybe give one quick example on the PLG side of things. I think generally validate the pain point with and whether organizations will spend money on it with the buyers. But sometimes there is some validation that you need to do with the users. Notice how in my example earlier, I had a buyer persona and a user persona. I'd say that approach tends to work best for, validate for the type of products where you're validating the pain point at the user persona level. But generally, if you're validating something from a business standpoint, businesses, especially in the day and age that we're in, are not spending any money on nice to haves.